Howdy there y'all, Yamasaki here. Welcome back to the channel, and today is part 3 of Grandpa's 1966 Triumph Bonneville 650 restoration. Today we're going to be getting this primary all buttoned up and doing a couple more things as we slowly make our way towards the finish line. So getting straight into it, I got that nut torqued down, that nut torqued down, and everything's on. Had to do a little bit of fiddle-diddling with the nut here. And Dad instructed me to do the old school method of making this a lock nut, because ended up just sitting on this whole part because of that for a good month. And good old Pop ended up going to the machinist that's doing the heads on this, and he just said that is supposed to be a special lock nut, but it was no longer locking. So got that all done. The rotor's on. Got a new lock washer. Supposed to have one on here, but I have it somewhere. It's down here. Yeah. This piece here is the lock tab washer for this nut. This one also has its own. Way more simpler than this thing, but it didn't want to fit in there. It just didn't. I couldn't figure out how this thing worked, so came up with a better solution, and now that's on there. They're both torqued to 50 foot-pounds. The next step is I got to get all these clutch plates in here one by one, but I got to clean them first. And there's the top cap that goes right here, and I already have my clutch rod in there waiting and ready to go. Its mechanism works when you pull the cable right here. It slowly pushes this thing out. So that's working good. I got new nuts for the clutch springs here. And yeah, gotta put this stator on too, although this thing just does not look happy to me. This wiring is so stiff. I don't know if I want to replace that or run it. It's also missing a bullet connector at the end there. I'm pretty sure this rotor's alright. It looks pretty rough, but I'm pretty sure it's okay, being just a big chunk of steel and has a couple of simple magnets in it. And yeah, once we get that all done, still waiting on the heads. Once this is all buttoned up, can probably get it in this frame finally. The other side is pretty much all complete. I still have to ram this pin in more on the kickstart lever. I just got it in there as best I could to allow me to figure out the rest of the stuff to put this cover on. So yeah, I might need to take this side cover off again and somehow rig it up in the hydraulic press where I can press this in way more, because yeah, it needs to be in there a lot farther. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Alright, well, there comes a point in a man's life on a project when you gotta take 10 steps back because, you know, bad parts. So that's what I done did here. I had to take everything out of there, put it back in the box here, and split the basket again. All because these little suckers right here, the ones that hold the clutch pressure plate and the springs on, they're so wore out that they will not fit. These guys right here. So I went on the old Bonneville shop, got me a new set of these, got me 2 new nuts, new lock washer, just to say screw it, all new parts, let's make it easy on ourselves, let's get this piece done. And boom, finally everything is on there, tightened up as best as it can be. Had to heat this wire up really carefully with a heat gun to get it to wrap up through that tube, and then I ran it up here But I actually had to run it down there, so I had to redo that again. Had to reuse the original nuts for these shafts because the new ones are in here, right there and right there. Well, they could go on, the thread's about a 1/16 of an inch, and then they would stop. So they weren't fitting. So I had to reuse the original. Just had to. I also had to snip the one bullet connector that was still on the wire that comes from the stator. Well, shouldn't be a biggie. Can wire up any type of connector we need on there. But just to be safe, I ordered a 50-pack of Lucas style BSA, Norton, and Triumph compatible bullet connectors. So I'll have plenty to fix this thing up. In other news, I'm soaking the side cover because it still has its gasket, and it is proven to be a real big pain in the butt. So I've been soaking this thing all day in degreaser. It still isn't doing much damage to that gasket, so I might have to let it dry and then torch the crap out of it and scrape it off. It's going to be one tough bugger. And pretty much once that case is on, the engine is for the most part complete, and it can be put in to the frame. And I've been looking through the manuals and finding all the mounting hardware, and it just really stinks that these manuals, they kind of expect you to know what you're doing. You know, they don't really give good photos on where parts go or anything like that. So I had to do the next best thing and get me a reference. So I brought in the 67 Triumph Bonneville 650, and this one is all complete except it's got a leaky gas tank. That's why the two gas tanks are sitting over there. This one's all complete, and the only difference is this one is a single carb, whereas this 66 here, it's a dual carb. So I have all this to reference to start building that back up. And it's actually helped because on that pin that I got to press back in, you can see right here, it sticks out quite a bit more, even than what I thought it was supposed to. So I think I'm fairly good on that. Mine's a little bit more out, but maybe it's full length. And it's just fooling me. Another thing this is proven to be good for is, see, the motor mounts were confusing to me. I didn't even realize they're two different shapes. So got a motor mount here, one on the other side that you got to bolt on, and the motor mounts here, big long bolt on the belly. And then Dad pointed out that it has all of these on the rocker covers up here. It's got two on each side. So I was able to find almost everything. These are brackets that sit behind these and swift back to another bracket that support your exhaust pipes. And there's all those pieces that go on the rocker rods or the rocker covers. And there's the two motor plates. And I even found a bag right there is all the engine mounting hardware, except the only thing is that one long bolt that goes right here. Well, that is still missing in action. Well, folks, I unfortunately got some bad news. See, all those clips that you just saw on me working on the bike were filmed about half a year ago. And at the time, I was just waiting on the heads for the engine to get back from the machine shop. And I was working on other parts of the bike, and I just ended up getting, stumped and angry and all that. Because working on a British Triumph, you've really got to know what you're doing. They can be kind of a complicated bike to work on. Even the guy at the machine shop, who is the Triumph guru, even says that anybody can rebuild an old Japanese bike, but when it comes to a Triumph, they're definitely not so easy. And so I ended up calling it quits on it for the time being. And if some of you saw, I made a video about a 90s computer. I did mention that I had put the Triumph on the back burner for the time being. And I ended up dragging this thing in here and working on it. And, unfortunately, my life changed forever when my dad passed away. And when I decided to call it quits on the Triumph, we were both talking and, you know, saying that we'll get back on it someday and we'll get it finished. Well, that's not going to happen. At least not in this lifetime. And I just ended up saying, you know what? I've got no interest in this bike anymore. I'm just going to call it quits on it, call it a day, and I'm going to end up selling it at some point. But I figured it would only be right if I told you guys, or at least to the few of you out there that might have found my channel and are watching to, you know, see me rebuild this Triumph. I've come with some bad news. I will not be continuing on with it. So that's what I just wanted to say to everybody. You know, I'll be continuing on with a whole bunch of other projects, but the Triumph and its time with my family as part of our heritage, it's over. It's over. You know, can't save them all. You can't keep them all. It's a part of the hobby, you know. You'll have to let some projects go on to another person who can get it done and enjoy it. And, you know, the thought of that in and of itself is kind of a peaceful one at that. So, anyways, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for more content. And Yamasaki out. We'll see y'all later.